The Unseen Threads, an Allison Cain serial thriller by William Howard. Episode 5, The Velvet Cage. Friday evening's reflection in the taxi window was a stranger. My usual jeans and practical top had been replaced by a tailored suit jacket and a silk blouse, borrowed elegance that felt like a costume. Tucked into my lapel, barely a pinhead, was the hidden camera. Richard's cousin, a hobbyist tinkerer, had helped me rig. My heart hammered out a frantic rhythm in my chest, and I kept trying to produce saliva and swallowing it, hoping that would remedy the dryness in my mouth and throat. The Obsidian Club lived up to its name. Black polished marble, dark cherry wood, along with a faint scent of old money and expensive cigars. A discreet bouncer, who looked like he should have been playing linebacker for the Broncos instead of protecting Pueblo's social elite, merely nodded at me after glancing at a tablet. No questions, no fuss. The velvet rope was less of a barrier and more of an invisible filter. Inside, the hushed opulence struck me with its velvet glove. Soft jazz drifted from an unseen speaker. Dim, targeted lighting illuminated small, intimate seating arrangements. Every surface gleamed. I inhaled a deep breath, tried to calm the slight tremor in my hands, and then let it out. The air was thick with the scent of lilies, and strangely, a specific type of orchid I didn't recognize. A deep purple, almost black bloom, arranged with meticulous precision. A woman approached, her movements fluid, her smile practiced. She was impeccably dressed, a sleek silhouette in charcoal gray. "Miss Cain? Allison, correct? I'm Eliza. Thank you for coming." Her voice was like liquid silk, every syllable perfectly modulated. She led me to a secluded booth, not too far from the entrance, but shielded by a tall, decorative screen. "Please, make yourself comfortable." She gestured toward an armchair covered with the finest Italian leather. "We appreciate your unique contribution to the world of information. Your profile on our platform, Librarian Lorraine, demonstrated a rare cognitive agility." She leaned forward, her eyes bright, unwavering. "We believe you have the potential to transcend conventional limitations. Allison, I want you to imagine a world where your intellect is not merely appreciated, but amplified. Where your insights aren't just valuable in civil cases, but pivotal in shaping entirely new paradigms." Her words were intoxicating, vague promises of wealth and influence wrapped in elegant prose. "Discretion, of course, is paramount," she continued in a conspiratorial tone, as if reading my thoughts. "Our work is sensitive. For those truly capable, the rewards are, shall we use the word substantial? They go beyond mere financial compensation." I kept my responses brief, careful, letting her do most of the talking, allowing the pin camera to record every word so I could go over them in minute detail later. My eyes, however, darted around, taking in the details. The security was invisible but palpable, the subtle placement of cameras in the corners, and an attentive but unobtrusive staff. That's when I saw them. They were occupying a private booth across the room, partially obscured by a towering potted palm. Senator Thompson, his silver hair glinting under the low light, was leaning in, talking intently with Richard Voss. Voss, usually so composed, was actually laughing, a rare booming sound that cut through the club's hushed atmosphere. My stomach clenched. They were here, together. Eliza allowed me that moment of wandering, knowing that I had caught sight of two very influential members before pulling me back with her voice. "So, Allison, are you ready to explore this path with us? I need to understand more clearly what this path entails," I said, trying to sound intrigued rather than terrified. "Perfect," she responded. "We want you to be entirely comfortable with your decision. I suggest you take some time to look around, get to know some of the other members." I was about to excuse myself from her, but she stood, smiled, and slipped away before I was able to form the words on my lips. My mind was buzzing from the conversation and the uneasy sighting of Thompson and Voss. Instead of mingling, I moved towards the exit, my hand still instinctively touching the hidden camera. Just as I reached the antechamber, someone bumped into me with surprising force. A man in a dark overcoat, his face obscured by shadow. "Oh, I'm so sorry," he mumbled, his voice rough. But as he pulled away, I felt him press a small, folded piece of paper into my palm. My fingers closed around it instinctively. My heart scrambled up into my throat. I didn't dare look at him. I just kept walking, my pace quickening. Outside, under the distant glow of the Pueblo streetlights, I fumbled to open the note with trembling fingers. The script was hurried, almost illegible, but the words screamed at me. They know about you. Run! Come back for The Unseen Hand, Episode 6 of The Unseen Threads, an Allison Cain serial thriller.